All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, first off, I want to say Shalom to the ones that push this word out in truth and in sincerity, which are the apostles and elders on down to the brothers. And Shalom to the ones that endured his faith until the very end, until the time of Jacob's troubles, which are again the apostles and elders on down to the brothers and a few sisters. All right, so Shalom. So I want to do this, quick video. I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers been hearing about this. These dumbass jakes that's getting on the internet saying that the rapture is happening September 23rd, 24th. It's shit that's been going on for a while, but then everybody just want to keep saying that they all of a sudden Jake study and now they know everything, and now they somehow know when the second coming is, and they know the exact date. Man, Jake out here, man, is stupid, and it be these coon ass niggas, these keyboard warrior niggas. They read into one thing and then now they just know everything. They're the fucking guru. And, man, they're bug outs. And anybody who sit there and believe that, you're just as stupid. I literally played on the video game. And there's this nigga who's literally has a username Pastor Omarion. That's weird, number one. Number two, he says to everybody in the server that he had a dream that God told him that the rapture is happening September 23rd. Well, first he said 25th, and then he changed it to the 24th, and then he changed it to the 23rd. And he said that the rapture is happening on September 23rd in the U.S., and around the other places in different time zones, it's going to be the 24th. Explain to me how that works. And you already know what scripture I'm getting for that, man. This is insane. This is Matthew 24 and 36. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." Right? So what is that talking about, man? Only the Father knows when the time is coming, right? When the time is set. Not even Yahweh Shai knows, right? Yahweh Shai don't even know. The angels of heaven don't even know. It's a simple scripture, man. And then he tries to beat around it, but every time he tries, man, he still cuts himself. And still mentions that, yeah, no man knows the hour. Nobody knows the time of when it's going to happen. There you go. All you got to do, man, is let a Christian talk. And they're just going to cut themselves. Right? So I said, I'm not going to go back and forth, man. Wise man contendeth with a foolish man? That's dumb. Right? But I said, all right, well, since I got driving school scheduled on September 29th, since that's supposedly way after the rapture, I'm going to tell you how my first class went. Right? Because, again, nobody's going to know. And what did it say right here, man? Yahweh Shai doesn't even know the time. So if Yahweh Shai don't know, what makes you think that or even the angels don't know, what makes you think any one of us mortal dwellers are going to know the time, right? If you sitting there saying that you know the time, man, you're putting yourself above Yahweh Shai, right? And that's a sick mindset, right? Who are you to say that you know the time of, the quote unquote rapture, right? Or we don't even know the time of Jacob's troubles. Right? We know it's coming and we know it's soon. But What happens if it goes another 50 years? What are you going to do? Right? What happens after September 23rd or 24th? What, you going to just disappear, bug out? Right? Like it never happened? So this is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Cut right there. All it takes, man, is simple scriptures, man, with these niggas. You know, they pick up the Bible, they start reading, and then now they just know everything. That's what you call a high ego nigga. And you look stupid as hell. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Another cut. Meaning it's unknown. We're not going to say the mark of the beast is going to be coming out, or the rice grain is going to come out, what that Jake say, June. Right? It's June. Ain't no rice grains. I can't even say the word. But it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? So it says sudden destruction. When you talk about sudden, it's unknown. It's sudden. You're not going to know. If you sit there and know that the destruction is coming, I don't know, August 6th, then it's not going to be sudden. It says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief." Right? That's not talking about us actually, knowing. That's another thing that he tried to use. He tried to use that scripture specifically, the 4th verse. He skipped the rest of them, but he read the 4th verse. That's not talking about knowing the day of, the destruction. Right? That's talking about the ones who's been actually, following unto the truth, right? Prophesying. The ones that know, the ones that actually listen to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, Judges 6:10, or Ezekiel 3:17. Right? The ones that we warned and the ones that took on to the warnings. Right? The ones that pray unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because even us, still, we go out there and prophesy the words, man. We do these lessons and videos, but we still got to pray and hope that this don't take us by surprise or that we withstand the test. But Jake out here believe that they're already the elect and that they're going to be saved and, they ain't got nothing to worry about. That's not how that works. Not only that, but you're not a pastor and you're not prophesying if you're on a damn video game. So why don't you take a Bible, get a garment, put some fringes on there, or probably put on your fringe shirt, I don't know, do something, and go out there on the hedges. Matthew 22:9. "Go ye therefore out into the highways, and as many as ye shall find bid to the marriage." Why don't you do that? Instead of sitting behind a keyboard or a VR headset or something like that, or a video game in general, man. Or even, these Christians on the comment boards, man. Why don't y'all stop sitting behind screens and being keyboard warriors and go out there, first of all, do your videos and go out there and start prophesying the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I want to see Jake going out there and prophesying that the rapture is happening September 23rd. I want to see that same nigga going out there prophesying that the rapture is happening September 23rd in the U.S. and on the 24th in other regions around the world. I'd like to see that. Otherwise, shut the hell up. So by the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKodash, and Shalom.